on, Spencer.
So you can talk to him?
Floyd, can you elaborate on the advantages you think fighting with such a short break will give you in this fight?
I think I'm going to be a lot sharper. You know, I think I'm going to be a lot sharper. Training camp has went tremendous. Actually, this is one of the best training camps I had in probably since 2005. So I can't wait to get out there and compete and test my skills against this young guy. I feel good. I'm still hungry. I'm ready to go out there and give the fans excitement. That's what it's about.
Floyd, how much carryover was there from the Guerrero fight in terms of your sharpness?
Actually, the first day back in training camp, we got right back to sparring. We got right back to boxing, which is a good thing. And I think my first day back, I boxed 7 rounds. So, you know, as of right now, I feel good. Training camp has went smooth. And my dad is happy, Leonard's happy, Al's happy. So, of course, it's about me being happy first, and I'm very happy.
When did you have to run during the fire up and down Charleston? You always went up there. You couldn't run during the fire. Where did you do your running?
Oh no, I run everywhere. You know, I run in different places. If it's Mount Charleston, we run in Mount Charleston. If it's Summerlin, if it's Henderson, if it's Southern Highlands, you know, we run everywhere. If we run in the inner city, we just like to, like I said before, we like to make sure that our conditioning is real good, and we like to keep our team very, very close.
So that wasn't a problem then?
Absolutely not.
Floyd, what is your reaction to Oscar De La Hoya's comments that he says that he feels he'd be surprised if you weren't knocked out by the 8th round? What's your reaction to those comments?
Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. You know, I faced Oscar De La Hoya, and I was victorious. So he's entitled to his own opinion. You know, everybody's entitled to their own opinion.
Do you think this is the toughest fighter you fought, say, in the last several years, or how would you gauge?
I can't really say at this particular time. You know, we wake up feeling different every day. And do I feel I'm the best in the sport? Absolutely. Do I feel I'm going to win September 14th? Absolutely. But am I fighting a guy that's just a pushover? I don't think so. He's young, he's strong, he got good boxing skills, so we'll just see how the fight play out.
You've been one to make predictions in the past. You've even predicted knockouts in the past. Any predictions for this fight?
I just want to make sure that he's I want him to be in tremendous shape, and let's get the fans and the media and everybody around the world what they want to see. A great night of boxing.
And yesterday at his camp, Floyd, I mean, it seemed pretty clear from his trainers and him that he's pursuing the knockout. Is when you hear that, do you get excited? Do you say that's exactly what I want to hear?
Well, you know, I just look at, you know, all you got to do is look at some of the opponents that he's faced in the past. Now, I don't really know, you know, too many opponents that he's faced in the past, but a lot of guys went the distance with him. And we're not talking about guys that's on the A list or B list. We're talking about D fighters and C fighters. You know, they was able to go to the 8th round and 9th round. He was getting hit with numerous shots. So, you know, as far as with me, you know, I use certain angles. I got a lot of experience in big fights. So it's going to be a little bit different for him when it's at this level.
How much do you think the experience thing is going to matter?
I mean, you can see in the last fight, you know, with the Robert Guerrero fight. He thought it was just going to be easy because I think that a lot of times people look at, you know, fighters look at me on the outside and say, it can't really be that difficult. But once you get inside that ring, or you get into, I call it the square circle, once you get inside that square circle, it's totally different.
Floyd, you have a history of fighting Mexican fighters on these big holidays. Canelo arguably has the biggest following of any of them. How hostile do you expect the arena to be as far as the Mexican support for your opponent?
Well, I don't really know who out of the Hispanic and the Mexican and the Latin fighters, I don't know who has the biggest following. But if I had to say so, I would say probably Marquez, because he has accomplished more, and he's done a lot for the sport of boxing. And so I don't think, you know, so I don't really just want to just say Canelo has a bigger following. If I had to say so, I would say Marquez.
One of the things that we've talked about before is how deliberate you've been in selecting your opponents throughout your career. This guy jumps right into, at 23 years old, taking on Floyd Mayweather. If you were him, would you have made a similar move? And do you think it's a move that's based solely on greed?
I can't really say, but I think that sometimes, of course, people want that number one spot, not just number one at their weight class, but they want to be known as the best in the sport. They want all the attention. They want the Floyd Mayweather paydays, but this took years and years of hard work and dedication and just belief in a strong team.
Floyd, a lot of people talk about you being undefeated. Do you think you could have reached this level having that zero, or if you would have lost early, do you think you could have reached this level that you're at now? It's so hard to get to this level.
I can't really say. Like I said before, I can't really speak on the past, but I can talk about the present time and I can talk about the future. The present time is I am undefeated, and the future is I'm going to keep working hard and I'm going to keep giving the fans and the people around the world excitement.
You have to compare different for these bigger fighters that worked with before, like Canelo. Are their punching power a little bit more of a concern as opposed to a 147 pounder?
Well, like I just answered his question. It's okay. You look at some of the fighters that he's faced before the Trout fight. He did knock Trout out.